Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're looking at some really fascinating sources. They explore the nature of God, his incredible scale, how he connects with, well, everything, and what that means for us.
Right. These texts, they paint a picture that's almost hard to grasp. A God who's just immense, beyond comprehension, but also somehow deeply connected to us, to humanity.
So our mission today.
Yeah, our mission is really to try and understand that paradox.
Yeah.
How God be too big for the entire universe, but still be involved in, the smallest details. And why does thinking about that matter for you?
Okay, let's unpack that. The sources, they start with God's scale, right? His sheer size.
They really do. One text says, even the heavens, the highest heavens, they can't contain him.
Cannot contain him. Wow.
And, another part describes whole nations as just like a drop from a bucket, islands, like tiny bits of floating dust.
Just dust. So this isn't just about being big in space, is it?
No, not at all. It implies God is totally unlimited by space or time. He's sustaining every single moment, past, present, future, all at once. And he's everywhere.
Everywhere, all the time.
Exactly. The sources even hint his power extends to sustaining non-existence itself. It's pretty mind-bending.
Sustaining non-existence.
Yeah.
That's hard to wrap your head around. Okay, so if God is that immense and also unseen, the sources say no one can see God's face and live.
Right.
How can any creature possibly connect with a being like that? It feels like a huge barrier.
It does. And that's the core question these texts tackle. They offer, a profound solution. Some sources talk about the second God, understood as the Son.
The Son, okay.
Personally becoming a creature.
Yeah.
To make the unknowable God knowable to us.
So the infinite becoming finite.
Precisely. It's presented as a mystery, definitely. How could that happen? And how could he still sustain everything while being part of creation?
That's a powerful concept. God entering creation to be known. And speaking of connecting, what about angels? I remember texts suggesting angels always see God's face.
Yes. Our sources address that too.
Yeah.
They clarify it probably doesn't mean seeing the first God directly. Because as you said, no creature prone to sin could really handle that direct vision.
So what are they seeing then?
It likely means they see God's name, his authority, his presence represented on the throne, or they see the second God, the Son, who's the visible revelation of the Father.
I see. So the Son is the interface, in a way.
You could put it like that. And there's a shift noted in the text. Before the Son came in person, you often had the angel of the Lord appearing as God.
Right, I remember those accounts.
But with the Son arriving directly as Jesus, and that name itself means the one who exists as salvation.
Wow, okay.
Angels now mostly act as Jesus' messengers. It signals a more direct divine presence being available within creation.
Okay, so this whole incredible plan, the incarnation, why? What's the purpose behind it all? You mentioned our sources link it to free will.
Exactly that. Free will is key.
Yeah.
But it inherently brings the possibility of going astray, of sin, which would separate creatures from God.
Separation, the ultimate consequence.
Yes. So to prevent that final separation, and crucially, to enable creatures to truly love him, which requires genuine freedom, God, out of love, personally stepped into creation.
To bridge that gap himself, that makes sense. The sources also mention God governing by placing his name on a throne. What does that mean, practically?
Well, it's less about a literal chair and more about the focus of his authority, his manifested presence and power in creation. And crucially, the Son inherits this name.
He inherits the name, meaning he inherits the authority.
All authority, yes. The texts state creation was made for God's glory. And the cross, in this view, becomes the ultimate act.
The ultimate act. How so?
Our sources frame it as the event that sort of completes or perfects free will. It deals with the root of potential separation, sin atones for creation, and paves the way for its final perfected state, a final rest, as some texts put it.
A perfected creation, a final rest. So we've covered a lot. A God who is almost impossibly vast, transcending everything.
Yet at the same time, so incredibly loving that he chose to become one of us, a creature.
To draw us close, perfect our freedom, and bring everything to its ultimate completion.
So the question for you really is, how does this perspective land, this idea of a God who is simultaneously beyond measure, yet intimately involved through personal action?
Yeah, how might reflecting on that immense scale combined with that incredibly personal intervention reshape how you think about your own purpose, your connection to everything, especially in a universe that's, well, like dust to God, yet he's meticulously bringing it all home through his love and direct action. Something to think about.